Hello and welcome back to XCOM 2. Now I have made a change to the mod that I'm running with this campaign, and I have changed how ladder line of sight works. No longer will an enemy be essentially invisible when they are standing behind a ladder. You can actually shoot through ladders now to hit the enemies on the other side. And I made this change because I was so tired of running into a situation where an enemy was behind a wall that just so happened to have a ladder on it. I could see them because they were peeking out from around the corner. The wall was destroyed, and then all of a sudden the enemy unit was completely invisible. I've had this happen on numerous occasions, and it's just so annoying to deal with that I changed it. I adjusted it now so that all ladders will be see-through, because it doesn't really make sense that you can't shoot an enemy through a ladder. If they don't count as cover, they certainly as hell shouldn't break line of sight. Now, where did we leave off here? Our armory is a little bit light on troops. We have some coming back in a few days. Hopefully we don't get a mission before then.
Our work is proceeding.
Research is going. We have 3 engineers excavating 3 locations. The power relay facility is going to be done in 13 days. So let's continue scanning. All right, we have a mission, or we have something we can scan for. In 5 days, we can try to scan for a guerrilla op mission. That's actually rather interesting, but also a little bit dangerous right now because I don't have the manpower really to spare for that. If I get a mission before that 5 days is up, then I would like to go on that mission, and if I get some wounded troops, then I might not even have enough to have a full squad go out on this mission. But what I will do, I think, is I will scan. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to make contact and save this mission for later when we have a few more troops.
After we pay the initial intel cost to make contact, we'll have to scan the region for a few days before the local resistance cell comes out of hiding. Once we find them, we'll be up and running in the new region.
That's perfectly fine. I will scan for that extra guerrilla ops mission later, but for now, I think I just want to continue progressing a little bit.
Using intel collected so far, we've managed to locate a resistance cell operating out of this region. It'll take us some time to scan for their exact position, though.
I have made a number of interesting discoveries.
Yeah, Tigan. All right, we got magnetic weaponries finally.
Weapons are a lot like the early railgun prototypes. They fire projectiles at extremely high velocity.
They certainly look a little ramshackle, but they hopefully will get the job done. Yep, we don't actually have any of the magnetic weaponries or the magnetic weapons in our arsenal. We have to buy them individually. The rifles, the pistols, the shotgun, and then we can research the grenadier's cannon and the sniper rifle. But I think first of all, I'm going to research plated armor, get that armor.
That work begins immediately, Commander.
Critical for our troops' survival, and then we'll just keep scanning. It's actually going to take another 6 days to scan out New India, and then I can go get the guerrilla ops mission, assuming that we have enough troops to do it. So we're going to do a guerrilla ops mission, hack the workstation, moderate difficulty, 117 intel, counters resistance informant, reduces the retaliation counter by 2 weeks. That's fine.
Setting course for Sector 14, East Asia.
And I forgot to unequip weapons, so I gotta go do that first. Still have to add a button that does this automatically, but it's not too much of a pain. All right, now the weapon upgrades that we had on the assault rifles have been transferred over to the... Oh no, they haven't been transferred over because I didn't actually buy the weapons yet, but I could buy the weapons. So maybe I will do that before we go out on this mission. We have 343 supplies. We can build the shotgun for 75 supplies, the pistol for 70, or the rifle for 200 supplies. That's a lot of money, but it just might be worth it. Let us really quickly see what troops we'll be able to have on the mission. A lot of specialists, 2 grenadiers and a sharpshooter. I think it's definitely more worthwhile to get the rifle as opposed to the pistol. The shotgun, no, because we don't have any rangers. So let's build items, weapons. Let's build the magnetic rifle, get that done. Awesome. And now theoretically we should have a magnetic rifle with upgrades. Yep, we have 2 magnetic rifles with 2 upgrades on them. Perfect. So let's go do this mission. I will probably bring both grenadiers.
We've got local resistance forces waiting to make contact, but we'll have to make the first move.
I just had to stop scanning because you gave me a mission, you dummy. So we're going to have to bring along a sharpshooter, I think. Make items available, make armor available. And I am going to bring along a flashbang. This guy has 64 will. She has 46. So I'm going to give the flashbang to the unit less likely to get mind controlled, so that I can break mind control with a flashbang. I need to bring along more flashbangs, I think. I've been having a little bit of trouble with sectoids mind controlling my units or instilling panic, so I think having a defensive flashbang is nice. 2 specialists. I will have 1 specialist hold the medkit, the other one can just hold a grenade. I will give 1 specialist the crit chance and 1 the repeater magnetic rifles. And we can actually attach another weapon upgrade to these weapons. I don't have any more weapon upgrades to attach though, so that's fine. What kind of combat stims can I put on these units? +5 aim. Alright, that's gonna go to the sniper, I think. Giving the sniper as much aim as possible is always good. There we go. And your weapon does not have anything on it. I thought I had a, yeah, I do have a sniper rifle with aim. So you're going to have that. These gunners, what do they have? I don't have any grenadier cannons with any upgrades on them. So we have 5 grenades, a flashbang, a med kit. I think this works out pretty well. Let's do it. Launch mission. Let me check the skills on this guy first. He has aid protocol, combat protocol, and revival protocol. And she only has aid protocol. Okay. Kinda sucks, but what you gonna do? Let's do it.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position for deployment.
We're seeking every possible outlet to gain information on the aliens' latest project. And in this case, that means infiltrating one of their facilities to access an exposed terminal connected to their network. Hostile forces will be in position to defend the site, so we'll have to neutralize any threats to lock down the area. Recover whatever you can. We need that data if we're going to stop their progress.
Sky Strike in the slums district of Stink Hill, Beijing. Alright, we have 2 specialists, which is nice because we can use either one of them to hack the container from a distance. So all we have to do is get close to the container, hack it.
S-15, this is Avenger. The access point we're after is just ahead. Move to secure the area. Expect hostile resistance.
And because this is a hack the objective for information mission, we can actually hack it and then leave the mission if we want. We don't have to stay around to kill off all the enemies. I think that Central will be, Central will be a little bit pissed off about it, but you know, he doesn't get a say. Now let's look really quickly for any of those towers that might have bonuses when we hack them. I don't know if there's one over there. That kind of looks like one, but it's been a while since I played XCOM 2, so I might just have the wrong thing in mind.
Orders confirmed.
Let's move up towards the cover on this roof a little bit. Just kind of post everyone up, and oh, there is a stun lancer right over here by the objective. So there is one pod right over there. The sniper, let's move the sniper up a little bit. I'm just gonna move everyone up a little bit at a time. We have 8 turns to get there, and we only need to get to like here in 8 turns, because then we can remotely hack it. So that's not a lot of distance to cover in 8 turns. I will just push forward against this side of the building. I'm gonna have everyone on Overwatch, so even if we pop a pod, we should be pretty well off.
On Overwatch. Scanning.
I don't think there would be a pod this close, but you never know. And I'm going to send the support, not the support, but the specialist down by this cover. Hopefully there's no one who breaks my concealment, like a civilian inside the building or anything like that. It doesn't look like there is. But we
Without
do
the
see a pod.
introduction of human DNA, these creatures, once operating under the guise of thin men, now show their true form. A purely reptilian species.
No reason for them to hide. The aliens don't need an infiltration unit anymore.
All right, so that is a Viper. A bit dangerous because they can pull our units towards them and constrict them, killing them over the course of a few turns if we don't free them. They're a little bit dangerous, and also they can poison us, which will do a lot of damage over time. And we do not have a lot of HP. We cannot afford to get poisoned. So, honestly, the Viper is probably a prime target for a flashbang. If we can't kill the Viper in one turn, we flashbang it. That way it can't acid us. And the stun Lancers, if we flashbang them, they won't be able to move that far towards us. They hopefully will not be able to hit us with their stun weapons. So let's just get everyone into position so we can move forward. I'm just going to send the other gunner down.
Copy. Moving on target.
And I'm going to leave this specialist up on the roof just in case this pod walks towards us. Then maybe I can have these two units take shots
Overwatch. Scanning.
at the pod. Let's see what happens. Yep, they are moving towards us. That's kind of good, honestly. I can probably have the sniper either go on Overwatch or take a shot to open the pod, but I might just want to open it with a grenade or something. Yeah, like if I can get a little bit closer and then throw a grenade from this specialist, we'll be able to break open the pod with some good stuff. I could just put everyone on Overwatch. The chances to hit are not all that good, though. They are pretty good for this guy. In fact, 95% with a 52% chance, or 150. Okay, 150 is the one we're going to take. You can go on Overwatch, I think. Aim 68 plus 5. Aim 74 plus 20 height advantage. Okay. I think. Man, this is interesting because I do want to open with a grenade. Maybe I just want to put everyone on Overwatch. Toss a grenade in there. But I want to get if the problem is that if the Viper lives, people are getting wounded. There's almost no way around it. So what I would rather do is get a guaranteed kill on the Viper and then worry about these stun Lancers later. So I think what I'm going to do is Overwatch the specialist. But he has combat protocol. But I have grenades. Overwatch the specialist. Take a shot at the Viper. 100% chance to hit, 50% chance to crit. Hopefully this will get a kill, and if it doesn't, maybe the specialist will be able to pick up what the sniper misses.
Cover's blown!
Should be a nearly 100% chance to hit with that that specialist. Oh, it just grazed it. 1 point of damage away. That is a shame. Now, let's see. That's interesting that I have the flanking targets on these guys. That's kind of strange that is happening. I don't have any of these guys actually flanked. But whatever, it's not actually affecting the percentages to hit at all. He's in low cover, he's in high cover. Now I want to try to figure out why the shields are not correct. Hold on a second. Alright, weird, it looks better now. I just saved and reloaded and all of a sudden it's working. I'll have to figure that out in a little bit more detail later, but where were we? Right. Viper has 1 HP remaining, which sucks. And I could have used combat protocol, but I took the shot instead, and it grazed and only did 2 damage. Now I can grenade him. I can grenade the Viper and get a kill. And with the rest of my units, I might just want to move them over here and flank these 2 stun Lancers and try to get some kills with them. The problem, though, is that the stun lancers can do a lot of damage with their weapons. What I might just want to do instead is just kind of flash all of these targets and then move in to flank them and then get some kills that way, because I don't want to get hit by their weapons and I don't want to get poisoned. So this is a very interesting situation here. Could also move... I could move my specialist back, throw a grenade at the Viper, get a kill. I probably wouldn't want to move behind the truck though, but this is really close to these stun lancers. But get a kill with a grenade and then send these two over here to flash. The two grenadiers. Send the two grenadiers over here to flash and get shots off on these stun lancers before they have an opportunity to really mess my shit up. So I might do that. I get a flanking position from this half cover, and he can get a flanking position from here, but if he's going to fire off grenades, then getting a flanking position is not all that necessary. Okay. So I think we move back into the half cover position with this grenadier. We take a 76% chance shot. Does 5 damage, that's pretty good. He's in grenade killing territory, but I still think that maybe a flash is best, just to make sure that these guys can't run up to us and hit us with their stun batons. So then that just means, what do we do about the Viper over here? We just toss a grenade, get a kill on him, and don't hit the car. I can do this without hitting the car, so I think I will just pop into full cover behind the vehicle. As long as it doesn't explode, this is fine. And then we toss a grenade right here. Hopefully that's fine, and hopefully that does not, again, cause the car to catch on fire or something. Oh, it did. Well, hopefully this works out for you over here, buddy. And then with the last remaining grenadier, I think we just kind of fall back a little bit and then toss a grenade. I do like the position we're in, but it might be too close for them. It might be close enough that they can run up and then stun baton me. So I think I will fall back a little bit, and then can't hit them both with a grenade. We'll instead just flash, just to make sure that these guys have a lowered movement allowance plus lowered aim. They shouldn't be able to run up to us and hit us. We should be able to have one more turn to take care of them. As long as they don't hit us with their melee weapons, I'm happy, because those weapons do a lot of damage, as we have seen in the past. Yeah, so that's his movement right there. Close range shot, and it misses. The other one should have pretty much a similar crappy position and shot. They're blowing up the building, but they are missing. Now hopefully again, this trooper behind the car doesn't experience any problems with the vehicle exploding. No, okay, good. It might explode in the future, but for now we're okay. This guy is in a really nice flanking position by the support specialist. I keep wanting to call them supports, but they're not. They're specialists. And for some reason, he actually doesn't have line of sight, which is why this stun lancer went into this terrible, terrible position, which is good for me. 69% chance with the sniper. I might want to hold off on this, though. I might want to just throw a grenade to blow up the cover, or at the very least, pop this guy over here behind the vehicle and take a flanking shot at this stun lancer. I also might just want to run him up here so that he has as much of a aim bonus as possible, but I don't want to break another pod and then be out of a position of cover. So let's just move up where we know we're going to have a shot. He actually can hack something over here, but I don't think that is necessary. Let's just take the 77% chance shot, 40% chance to crit. It did 7 damage, which is nice because that means that a combat protocol gets the kill here. So we can kill this stun lancer with our guns, grenadiers, gunners. I keep wanting to call them gunners, but they're not gunners, they're grenadiers. And then we can just use combat protocol to kill him if the sniper misses. I'm going to try, I don't want to move up either because I don't want to open another pod up there. So what I think I'm going to do is just move
Moving on target
up to full cover here, move around to the full cover position here.
Closing on target position now.
We take the shot at the one in the back with the sniper, the pistol. No, not a long watch. What is the pistol odds? 57 versus 69 with the rifle. So let's take the 69. It's a miss, so you're going to be combat protocoled, assuming that we can get a kill with one of our grenadiers, which we should with about 80% chance shots. The other grenadier might as well try to get a kill with the gun just to save an instance of combat protocol. So let's just take the shot. Maybe we get lucky. We don't, so combat protocol is going to be coming out.
Come on, focus.
It might look like they're disoriented now, but at the end of our turn, beginning of their turn, the disorientation will wear off, and he will almost certainly run up and hit us with his stun baton. And I do not want that to happen. All right, now we're just going to really quickly check out what we get if we hack this thing. If it's a, 20 permanent tech skill for our specialist, then we are going to want to prioritize that on this mission. It's just intel cache. And if we fail, the enemies get defensive mobility boost. So if we can do this at the end of the mission when we are one grenade or one combat protocol away from finishing, that would be ideal. So I'm going to move up into the full cover position. This is a pretty good position of cover. I don't think there will be a pod over here, but if there is, then I can fall back into this cover position, and then I should not be able to get flanked. So let us move forward. If we break a pod, we break a pod. If we don't, we don't. We do not. So now I will move forward with the... a grenadier just a little bit into cover behind this trash can, just so that I have a little bit more movement next turn that I can move forward behind this this post here and have a nice shot past these civilians at the troops that are there. And I can almost hit him with a grenade, not quite though. So don't reload yet. Let's finish our movement first.
Moving to designated coordinates.
You can overwatch. You have a lot of ammo. You can overwatch, but you are going to be moving forward a little bit. And the sniper, I think, is just going to hang out over here because they'll have a plus 20% aim bonus by being on the roof. They will, however, have an aim penalty because they are at such a long range, but I think the height advantage is greater than the aim penalty because this is not that much of an extended range beyond their normal sight. So overwatch when you can, reload, and I'm just going to overwatch. I'll reload the grenadier. Almost called him gunner again.
Ready to engage.
Yeah, 3 turns. 3 turns is enough. 1 turn to move up behind the cab and take a shot if we need to. Hold on, where is it? I guess we can move behind this pillar, and then 1 turn to move up here, and then we should have a pretty good line of sight to hack it and disable the, charges or whatever the heck is happening there. Okay, now what I'm thinking is I would like to be able to flank the enemy when they move forward, so I think I'm going to move this specialist up and hopefully maybe get a flanking shot on somebody by having the aliens move towards me into cover, and then I can flank them by moving the grenadiers or using grenades or something. And I could have put the sniper on Overwatch, but I don't think that was entirely necessary. All right. 35, 31, 29. They're pretty packed together though, so I do like them being packed together because I can hopefully move forward into maybe this cover position, launch a grenade, maybe get a kill, maybe just destroy their cover and then get some better shots at them. So I actually can destroy the cover of one, or I can destroy the cover of 2 of them, but I can only hit 1 of them. I think that is definitely what I'm going to do. A little bit of a paradox there, but that's okay. Now we have 2 flanks, And there is a stun lancer really far back there who might be able to run towards me and take a shot or hit me with that stun baton. So I want to be a little bit careful about how I approach this situation. Well, you have a 75 and a 51 because this guy's still in cover based on your angle. So you're going to take the 75% chance. There is no question about that. It's a miss. All right, that's a bit of a piss off, but I think we can still resolve this situation with a judicious application of sniper fire. And we do in fact have a 98, 100, 45% chance of shots. So we should hopefully be able to get a kill there. Specialist. He can move into the full cover position, so I'm going to move him there. The gunner, the grenadier, who is slightly ahead of him, can get into cover himself on his turn. Okay, that's 6 damage. I'm taking the shots with these guys before the sniper because the sniper might be able to take a shot at the stun lancer, and the stun lancer might fall back into another pod, so I don't have to deal with him until later. I have a 69% chance shot, but I do want to keep moving forward, so let's move forward. Here, it's a little bit of a risk that there might be a pod on the left, but I think I'm willing to take that right now. There shouldn't be a pod, there is not. There is a 72% chance of getting a kill. Perfect.
Got him.
And now the sniper can take his shot at the stun lancer. It's not going to get a kill at all, but it might get a hit and might discourage him from approaching me. Yes! Those odds worked relatively well in my favor. He is going to move towards me, and that means he's probably going to stun lance somebody. But he missed, which is very lucky. I think I may have mentioned this before, but I do not like the AI on these stun lancers because it doesn't make sense that they don't take cover. Like, why not move into this position next to the trooper while still being in cover against some fire in some directions? It doesn't make sense that they're just on top of the cab, like out in the open, outside of any cover. Like when you have an engineer, or not an engineer, a ranger, and they have the sword, you can control where they stand when they use the sword attack. So why is the AI so dumb? However, we do have a 89% chance shot of killing him, which is nice. And I need to get into a position where I can see the objective on the next turn. So let's see if we can reach it. We can reach it from this position. I don't think we can reach it from this position, but it's going to be a little bit tricky to determine. Yeah, no. Because I want to be able to run up to this cover on the next turn, so I have a pretty clear line of sight inside the building to hack it remotely. So let's just move here.
Roger that.
As long as we don't pop a pod, we'll be fine. Even if we do, that might be okay.
Commander, we have
Actually, I can
confirmation of the
hack it right
exposed
now,
access
which is
point.
nice. But I can also take a shot at the stun lancer if I can't get the kill with anyone else, and we have 2 turns, so we can always hack it on the next turn. I would like to hack it now so that I have the full 2 actions next turn that I can move my unit around. But you know what? The sniper has a guaranteed kill shot, so let's do the hacking now.
Hacking in.
And this is a guaranteed success. Ooh, okay. Enemy protocol. Hacking stack permanently increased by 20, but there's only an 18% chance of it working. We could also reduce the scanning times by 50% for 4 weeks. This is probably the hardest hacking decision I've ever had to make, because permanent increases of hacking skill is amazing. But we only have about a 1 in 5 chance of it unlocking. We do have about a 50% chance of getting the scanning time, which would allow us to get that guerrilla ops mission faster, to scan for extra scientists, supplies, engineers, what have you. I gotta try for the permanent 20 though. It failed, and it looked like we would have still failed the hack of the satellite data anyway, so That's alright. This mission is still going to be a
Confirm
success
successful
anyways.
acquisition of the Advent files.
Now, there shouldn't
Eliminate any
be...
remaining hostiles in the area.
There should be another pod somewhere. Only being 2 pods in this mission would be a little bit awkward, but I still want to run over here and hack this thing before I take the shot with the sniper, just so that I have an opportunity to get the bonus. We do have 84, 104, 114% chance of hitting, which is not a guarantee, but it's pretty close. And I do have a grenade just in case the hack fails. So you know what? Let's just move way out of cover. Let's move way out of cover. Hack the objective here. Get a small cache of intel and then get the kill, just in case he is the last enemy on the map. If he's not the last enemy on the map, I'm gonna be pissed. Sure, let's try it. Oh, you're kidding me. So that should be like a 10 or 20% defensive bonus, but the sniper should still be able to get a kill.
It's still theirs.
That is annoying. Yeah, 20% defensive bonus, but we still have a 94% chance of picking up the kill with the sniper. Let's do that. Yep.
Enemies down.
And that is not the last enemy on this mission, as expected.
Covering now.
So now we overwatch, we reload, we kind of hunker down and wait. We are now no longer on a time limit. I wonder if there's another one of these towers I can hack. But unfortunately, because we failed to hack, the next enemy pod, oh, there's one over here. The next enemy pod will have a defensive and mobility boost against us. We're gonna have to watch out for that.
Moving out.
So right now I'm just gonna fall back a little bit,
Heading to that location.
try to get everyone to meet back up over here, and then we can hack the other tower if we want. At the very least, enemies should start coming to me because I finished the objective. So what I want is to establish a perimeter around this building, get everyone on the roof, and maybe get some height advantages on the shots, because they're gonna have a defensive bonus because I failed the hack. Everyone's going to reload and overwatch where they can.
Heading to Overwatch.
You're just gonna overwatch because we're just gonna grenade on the next pod we see anyways. All right, Crypto, I can't see his actual hacking score. I think it's 50 for them both. I don't think they get anything more than their gremlin allows, any more score.
That's affirmative.
So we're just gonna move back a little bit,
Confirmed.
get everyone behind
To that
cover.
location.
You, I actually can't dash you to the roof because the sniper is in the way of the ladder. So I'm just gonna move the sniper a little bit.
Overwatch.
Overwatch them with the pistol
Got it.
and get everyone else on Overwatch.
Got it
Moving
covered.
Overwatch.
Quiet.
Yep,
Here's
they're
something.
starting to move. Hopefully that means they're moving towards me. And let's see what hacking this thing is going to give us. I should be able to reach it from maybe here, and then I can send someone else on the roof to kind of establish a roof perimeter. If that's what I want to do, maybe I just want to keep the sniper up there. Okay, I actually can't see it from there, so I'm going to move a little bit further. Should have probably moved this specialist a little bit further back into maybe full cover, but that's fine where he is. Yep, okay, they're coming towards me. There is a sectoid, a stun lancer, and a regular officer. Sniper's gonna take a shot, has a pretty good chance to hit. That is a miss. And this is where we are going to use our grenades.
Missed the target.
We don't have a flashbang, so hopefully we can focus the sectoid and maybe kill the stun lancer as well. And we've got another Overwatch coming out, probably not gonna hit again. The defensive bonus is a bit of a pain in the butt to deal with, but I knew the risks going into it. The truck is actually on fire, so if the sectoid runs behind the truck, it's gonna have to move on the next turn. It still might not have to move, but we might be able to just blow up the truck with a grenade, which would be nice. And I still can't see this thing to hack it. I think I understand. Wait. No, we hacked have I never noticed this before? That all of the security towers on the map share the same hack. So even I hacked that one over there on the right, and so this one on the left can't be hacked anymore. I think I just figured that out. Okay. Or maybe I can only hack with the other specialist. It would be good to kind of figure that out, I think. You know what? I'm gonna test it. Test 2. I want to figure this out because I've actually because I am actually curious now if I can't hack it with him because he's already hacked, or if I can hack it with this guy. So let's just really quickly test this out. Okay, so I can't hack it with anybody because both of the towers share the same hack. Good to know. All right, we're back where we left off now. I think we're just gonna launch a grenade. He's in full cover, which I like. This grenade should be able to hit the sectoid and this trooper over here. It might kill him, it might not kill him, but if it destroys the car might kill the sectoid. So this is definitely our best grenade, and I might as well hit it so that it destroys the cab of the truck as well, just in case it works out. Let's see what happens. So the truck did explode, and it did kill the sectoid. Perfect. So now I can toss a grenade over here to hit and destroy the cover of the stun lancer, and then just leave the one trooper there. In that, I don't really mind there being one trooper, and in fact, I can always combat protocol the trooper to kill it if we can kill the stun lancer. So let's do it. Launch a grenade at the stun lancer. He is the top priority of this turn. I'm gonna throw everything I got at him. Alternatively, I could also potentially combat protocol the stun lancer if I did 3 damage with a grenade, like the sniper grenade we have, but then this specialist wouldn't really have a shot. He wouldn't really be doing anything. So I'm going to move the specialist back, have him take a shot. Hopefully he gets a hit. 57%, come on. Nice. Maybe a little bit of a lucky hit, but that should mean that we can guaranteed kill the Advent Trooper in the back through either the sniper or combat protocol. Sniper did it. That should be the mission.
Enemies down. Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
That went rather well. We failed the hack, which resulted in a defensive and mobility boost to the remaining pod, but we were able to deal with it with some grenades and a lucky shot from our specialist. And I am very glad that the sectoid did die from the truck exploding. And I am very glad that the grenadier hit the truck when he missed his overwatch on the sectoid. It made that possible. Otherwise, that may have been a much more difficult end to that mission. Excellent. Someone's getting a promotion when they get home.
I told the troops to expect the best, and that's what you've shown them, Commander. Well done.
Well, I guess we literally just get one promotion. I might want to get one specialist with medical protocol because I think I already have 2 with combat protocol, or if not 2, then I have 3 specialists. I don't need them all to have combat protocol, so I might want to start fitting one of them to be a dedicated medic. Combat protocol is really good though. Well, we don't have to decide now. We picked up a scope, increased aim by 5%. Not entirely sure what I'm going to put that on quite yet. Picked up a lot of corpses. If we were to bail on that mission because we downloaded the data on the workstation, we wouldn't have picked up the corpses, but the mission still would have been a success. Even if it said failure, you know, we would have still countered the dark event. We would have still gotten whatever intelligence bonus we got from it. It's like 117 or something like that. I don't know.
Considering the limited resources available to you, Commander, you have still managed to exceed my expectations. Excellent work.
Because that reward and that counter of the dark event, that was because we hacked the workstation, not because we killed all the enemies. Who cares about killing, you know, an extra couple of troopers if we got the intelligence and we got out successfully? So if you have to, just leave a mission after you do the objective. You know, especially if it's hack the workstation, destroy the enemy relay, protect the relay, whatever. So that was a nice mission. Didn't actually get to see the whole ladder fix that I did in action, but hopefully that will come into play in the future. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again for the next mission.
I don't know where people are getting those damn Advent burgers, but if I find another wrapper stuffed under one of these command consoles, there's gonna be hell to pay.
What have you done? Answer me!